being a water boy and a towel boy.
You know, he's not bad at that either.
He looked good. He didn't drop it.
That was very good. First down at the 43-yard line of the Lions. Donovan McNabb, 9 of 10 so far for 171 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Again has time. He's again going deep, and wide open is Kevin Curtis, who walks in. And you wonder, when are the Lions going to cover him? 43 yards that time. And early in the second quarter, the Eagles are on the verge of having scored 35 points.
Well, watch the breakdown in coverage. I mean, the Eagles ran a trail route there, and Sims, the corner, or Keith Smith, the corner, they both bit on the underneath route, and the breakdowns right now, I don't know if Rod Marinelli can count them.
And 2 of the touchdowns are one-play shots. One-play shots. That was 43 yards, and the extra point is good, and the Eagles lead 35-7. And less than 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
You know, McNabb did not like these uniforms, but I think he'll like it now. And the question was today, who would step up for the Eagles? And it's clear right now who the mystery guy is. It's Kevin Curtis. And maybe he wants to show up his old coach Mike Martz, but they've gotten the ball to him in every different way. On the hitch routes, on the underneath comebacks, on the big plays, 68 yards, the big plays of 43 yards. Right now, the Lions have no answer for Kevin Curtis.
And they have no answer in getting to Donovan McNabb, who has had all day to throw to Curtis, who has 8 catches for 187 yards and 3 TDs. So a career game already for Curtis, and we're early in the second.
You know, it's interesting because you watch Donovan McNabb on Monday night in the fourth quarter, and although, you know, he missed a play at the goal line and they didn't win the game, you saw McNabb come back. You saw the completions, the ball spread around to a lot of receivers. And I think everybody inside the organization was saying, I think Mac is back. I think Donovan is back. You could feel it, and now today he's shown it.
And you know, he always does that, doesn't he? I mean, just when you're ready to put dirt on him, he's out there to show you something else. That's how determined he is. And the kick sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Well, tomorrow, after an all-new prison break, don't miss the new action drama that everyone is talking about, K-Bill. All new tomorrow at 9, 8 Central, only on Fox.
If you want to run a wide-open offense the way Detroit does, you've got to protect your quarterback. The key is on the offensive line, and today they're getting beat. They're getting beat at the snap. And then the thing I think that's surprising is the receivers aren't winning as well. But against the depleted secondary, they're not getting open for Kitna to get in the ball.
Well, they're not getting time. The offensive line, the story here, Eagles are doing it, Lions are not. And on first down, pass is caught. And a first down, Calvin Johnson. And that'll be his first catch of the game, the second overall pick in the draft from Georgia Tech. And he has caught 2 TD passes in 2 games.
See, he's going out right now. He's really been featured when they come in with 4 wide receivers. He's a rookie learning a difficult offense, and so he's not out there every play yet. But as he learns more, he'll get more and more playing time.
19-yard gain and a first down on the Lions 39. Kitna has an open man, and it's Kevin Jones out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds in Eagle territory after he picks up 16.
Well, you can see how Philadelphia has dominated everything in this game right now. I mean, 317 yards of offense. We're not halfway through the second quarter. This could be the greatest day that Donovan McNabb and his offense has ever had. And then when you're keeping the defense on the field as long as they have, they do get tired.
And 2 of their touchdowns, 1 play. They had a 7-play drive and a 10-play drive. And now the Lions call.
Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So a tough day so far for Rod Marinelli and George Foster, who came over in a trade from the Broncos. 5 yards, ball start.
Well, the other upgrade on the offensive line was the left guard, Edwin Mulatalo, from the Baltimore Ravens. In fact, both guards, Woody and Mulatalo, have played on Super Bowl champion teams.
First down and 15. They were happy with the offensive line, but today it's been a different story. And the pass caught at the 45 by Mike Murray, his first catch of the game. And another former Ram. And he gets about 5.5.
If you're either team right now, the worst thing you can do is look at the scoreboard. I mean, you have to just play right now. Defensively, you can't say we're up 4 touchdowns, let's just keep it in front of us, because then you start giving up completions, and offensively, you're looking for a rip.
James matched up against Murray, and Pittman loses the ball. And he recovers his own fumble, covers up. And that time, Trent Cole came in and knocked it away.
Trent Cole working against Jeff Backus, and the strength of Trent Cole is how low he can get. And the hardest thing for an offensive tackle in this league is to get as low as guys that get down like that. It's hard for them to bend their knees and get in front of them. Trent Cole has that ability.
4th sack of the game by the Eagle defense. Loss of 5. Brings up 3rd down and 15. And there's Kitna, and going deep for Calvin Johnson. And Calvin Johnson makes the catch. Double cover downfield at the 11-yard line, and Calvin Johnson slow getting up. Sheldon Brown and Quentin Michael were all over him, and what a catch.
Well, they squeezed this as well as you can. Calvin Johnson gets inside Sheldon Brown, and that's why he was the most feared receiver coming out of college, the best receiver, his ability to go up and really just grab the ball like that.
How about the concentration there? Yeah. About 39 or 40 yards as they tend to Calvin Johnson. And the Lions threatening, coming back somewhat.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you. So let the voice of freedom sing out through this land. This is our country.
When you've been perfecting America's truck for 90 years, you back it with the best coverage in America. Chevy Silverado. This is our truck.
I remember making snowboards by hand in my own garage. We couldn't afford the proper equipment, so there I was, applying polyurethane with a scuba mask on. Eventually we started making some pretty good boards, but it still didn't catch on. People just didn't get it. Maybe it wasn't what we were saying, but how we were saying it. Then we found a way.
HP helps great companies like Burton build their brands. Get the tools to build yours online at hp.com/Burton.
Television's hottest investigating team. TV's most fascinating doctor. The best night of drama is Fox Tuesday. First, it's a new night for Bones.
We're back.
That is so hot. With a season premiere so surprising. Words can't describe it.
Us working together, very symbiotic.
What is it, the word of the day?
Bones. Then, new season.
This woman is dying.
New team.
Anybody here a doctor?
As always,
This will be the longest job interview of your life.
House rules.
By the end of 6 weeks, one of you will be gone, as will 28 more of you.
House, the season premiere after Bones. It all starts Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Rod Marinelli, star rookie, injured on the other side of the field, but notice how Jason Avant and Donovan McNabb over there, and many of the Eagles as well, to see how Calvin Johnson is doing, and it's just great to see this.
Well, concern on both sides. Coaching staffs, I mean, Andy Reid is over there, the defensive staff. I think everybody that had a chance to scout Calvin Johnson during that process in the spring coming out of Georgia Tech realize what kind of a great kid this is, what kind of a great player he's going to be.
John Kitna said he's everything they said physically, but he says he is a humble guy. He takes teaching well, and yet he's not passive. So there you see being helped off the field.
Watch this. He never was able to break his fall because he's concentrating on the ball. He squeezes it. He falls right on the right side of his back, and then in addition to that, his head whiplashed up against the turf.
They're now walking off more assuredly. So we'll get a report on Calvin Johnson, who made a spectacular catch right near the sideline with two defenders right there. Had great concentration to hold on to the ball. So now the Lions back to work, have a first down and 10 on the Eagle 11. Roy Williams to the top of the football. Kidna has some time, and Williams could not hold on to the ball, and he had a chance to make that catch.
You know what happened? The ball was dying, Dick, and Roy was trying to score, and so he was falling away from a ball that was dying. Watch Roy. He wants to turn this thing in to a touchdown there, and he forgot about concentrating on the football first before he started turning his body.
Well, there was an opportunity because he had no really defender.
No, nobody there, but catch the ball first before you do anything else with it.
Second down and 10. Kidna 7 for 15. Kidna drills it. Caught by Sean McDonald. And McDonald gets a touchdown. Lions. So that's a good player.
He caught that ball, Dick, and immediately turned north-south right to the goal line and split two defenders to squeeze that ball across the goal line.
Well, Kidna hits McDonald for 11 yards. Second touchdown of the game for Detroit.
See, they're running that bunch formation, and the two outside guys of the bunch went deep, taking the coverage with them. McDonald just slipped in behind him.
And he has more receiving yards after 2 weeks plus than he did all of last year. So he's got a chance to make this a banner campaign, and Jason Hanson on for the extra point. And the Eagle lead now is 35-14.
John Kidna was raving. I mean, a lot of people talking about Calvin Johnson and the number 2 pick in the draft. John Kidna couldn't stop talking about Sean McDonald enough last night.
Came in as the leading receiver for the Lions. 8 plays and 80 yards, and the 39-yard catch by Calvin Johnson, who was shaken up, set it all up. Well, Fox's football coverage doesn't end when the games are over. Afterward, you got to stick around for the OT, where Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy bring you exclusive interviews, extended highlights, and a look ahead to next week's action. The OT, presented by Lowe's, coming up after the late games, only on Fox. And now Calvin Johnson is going to ride into the locker room.
He looked like he was in more pain sitting down, getting on that cart, getting carried into the locker room than he was just walking. He'll go in there and x-ray that back right now, Dick, and just see if there's anything broken or if it's just going to be a deep bruise.
So 2 scary injuries in 2 weeks for the Lions. Kidna last week with the mild concussion, and now Calvin Johnson leading. Jason Hanson to kick off for Detroit with 8:45 remaining in the first half. Terrell Buckhalter, 4 yards in the end zone, runs it out. And not letting go from behind as Buckhalter brings it out to the 22 is Eric Frampton. So Donovan McNabb goes back to work. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns today for the Philadelphia Eagles. Brian Westbrook scoring on 2 runs, and McNabb hitting Kevin Curtis for 3 scores.
It's amazing that the Eagles could struggle as badly as they did the first 2 weeks and come out and be absolutely perfect here in the first half of this game.
And there was some question as to what
on a short week. On a short week, you know, you play Monday night, and here you are on Sunday.
First down on the 22. Play fake. And the swing pass to Westbrook. Westbrook to the 50. Westbrook. And the way he picks his way with blockers in front, sometimes without. And Brian Westbrook getting 46 yards before Alexander stops him at the 31.
Well, he looks like a Ferrari in traffic is what you're saying here. I mean, nobody feels the screen on the defensive line. Now, look at Sean Andrews out front, Jamal Jackson up front. And that's what he's so good at, just setting his blockers up. You know, and he looks like he's the smoothest guy out there, under control all the way, letting the guys do their work. And he just has that ability to shift gears when he has to.
Has 10 touches in the game thus far and gets a breather as Buckhalter comes in for it. It'll be a first down for the Eagles on the line 31. Timeout, Philadelphia. With exactly 8 minutes remaining in the first half as we send it down to Jennifer Hammond.
Well, Dick and Brian, Calvin Johnson has been taken inside to the Lions locker room. They will further evaluate. It is a back injury, but at this point in time, his return is questionable.
All right, Jennifer, thank you very much. So Calvin Johnson, a lot of people were wondering whether Tampa Bay would pick up Johnson, and they needed a receiver, they felt, and the Lions are happy once again.
Or if the Lions would take another receiver with the top flight pick. But I think Matt Millen, who made the selection, the president of the Detroit Lions, said that we couldn't, you have to take the best player. And really, they've struck gold on 2 of them, on Roy Williams and on Calvin Johnson, and then, Charlie Rogers and Mike Williams, they didn't work out.
I think there's a law in the state of Michigan that the Detroit Lions have to draft a wide receiver on the first pick.
Well, you don't go wrong when you're drafting Roy Williams and Calvin Johnson.
We don't have to touch on some of the others. First down at the 31, up the middle. Pass caught by Matt Schobel. Remember, L.J. Smith is out. Procedure on the groin after having the sports hernia. That's a big loss for the Eagles. So Matt Schobel and Brent Selleck, the rookie tight end, manning that position as the Eagles get 10.
Well, right now, when I watch the Lion defense, they haven't been able to take anything away. And as a defense, when you put up a game plan, all right, you're trying to take something away and force the team to do something else. And to this point, the Lions defense hasn't taken anything away.
Ernie Sims may be shaken up. There's McNabb's numbers. Only 1 incompletion. Already has thrown for 245 and 3 touchdowns. And as Sims comes off the field, so another Lion shaken up. You've got to talk about the fact that the offensive line of the Eagles has been nearly perfect, and the Lions have struggled in that department.
We haven't mentioned a defensive lineman's name of Detroit yet today.
First down on the 21 of the Lions. Westbrook